Welcome back to Ice Cream in an Hour. This is a debrief, but it's also a step of dangerous faith for me because I'm speaking to something that is a little outside the comfort zone of where I've been in a verbal response to what is taking place right now in our nation. I'm excited about it. I believe it is necessary, absolutely necessary. My doctoral thesis spoke to where we stand right now. For decades, we've watched as entire families, mothers, fathers, children, grandparents, and grandchildren have been led into captivity not by force, but by a system that convinced them they were broken beyond repair. Big Pharma didn't just target individuals, it captured entire bloodlines. Children labeled and medicated before they ever had a chance to grow into who they were created to be. Parents numbed, surviving, but never truly living. Grandparents subdued, their golden years spent under the weight of endless prescriptions. This was never healing. It was enslavement disguised as care. But the exile is ending. A reckoning is coming, actually it's begun, and the foundations of Big Pharma's empire are beginning to crack, and a global awakening is at hand. An awakening. Some of you have already prophesied to that awakening. For the first time in generations, families will break free. The fog will lift, the chains will fall, and what happens next will be nothing short of supernatural. But what happens when captivity ends? Physically, there's going to be a generational detox. A people long held in chemical captivity will begin to heal. And not just one person at a time, but whole households, whole family lines. Bodies will reset. The exhaustion, brain fog, and side effects will fade. They'll be replaced by God-given strength and vitality. Energy will return. Parents will see their children for the first time without the dulling effects of pharmaceuticals. Chronic conditions will lessen, and the need for holistic, faith-based healing will skyrocket. What happens when a father realizes he was never broken, only sedated? What happens when a mother feels true joy for the first time without a prescription? What happens when a child once drugged into compliance finally thrives as they were meant to? The answer? Freedom. Emotionally, it's the breaking of a generational trauma. For years, the answer to trauma has been medicated. Suppress it, ignore it, but as families break free, they will begin to feel again. Pain will surface, but so will healing. Emotions will return, but so will restoration. Families will learn to process life together rather than living in parallel isolation, numbed and disconnected. We are about to witness an entire generation waking up to the reality that their emotions were never meant to be controlled by a prescription, but healed through truth, community, and the presence of God. Spiritually, a hunger for the real is coming. As the veil of deception is lifted, people will begin to ask bigger questions. What else have we been lied to about? What if healing was never meant to come from a system, but from the healer himself? What if we were never meant to be this dependent, this sedated, this enslaved? And when deception falls, truth rushes in. This is not just about health. This is about spiritual awakening. People will no longer be satisfied with surface-level faith or religious performance. They will crave real encounters with a living God. Revival will not be contained in churches. It will spill into homes, coffee shops, parks, and streets. The presence of God will meet people wherever they are because they will be searching for something real. And when they search, they must find us ready. So, a sedated mind cannot dream. A medicated soul cannot create. But what happens when an entire population, once subdued and silenced, suddenly wakes up?
Truth is speaking, eyes wide open to the sound. This is the moment.
The next great music, art, literature, and innovation will not come from those under the system. It will come from those who broke free. Children once labeled too much will redefine creativity. The world will witness a creative explosion unlike anything before as people reconnect with the raw, unfiltered, God-given brilliance that was always inside of them. This isn't just a mental shift. It's a creative change. It's an uprising, but not in a revolt sort of way, not in a rebellion, but in a being set free. And the church's role is no more waiting. This is not the time to wait for people to come to the church. We've got to be the church. We've got to open our homes, our tables, our lives. The coming healing will not happen in pews alone, but in living rooms, kitchens, and places where real community is built. Walk with people through the mess of healing, not just the moment of breakthrough. Detox isn't just physical, it's emotional and spiritual. People will need guides, mentors, and shepherds who won't abandon them when it gets hard.
The exile's over, roll away now.
The world is about to experience mass healing, mass deliverance, and mass awakening. This isn't just a revival, it's a rebuild. The system is failing and the kingdom is rising. The exile is ending, the awakening is here, and the rebuild is beginning. Families will be set free, generations will be restored, and the next wave of history will not be written by the broken, but by the healed. So ready your people, Lord. Here comes the harvest.
Then he said to his disciples, the harvest is indeed plentiful, but the laborers are few. So pray to the Lord of the harvest to send out workers into his harvest. Ready or not, here they come. Here they come. The system's coming down in flames, and we are taking home. The chains are falling.